15-10. Let's attack this pawn. Oh, shall we have some fun? Let's take this pawn and let's hit the knight. Not done this for absolutely donkeys. I'm going to take the knight. Take the queen. Okay, right. Ideally going like this, but I don't really like this opening. Well, this position. Well, let's go with it because we're attacking the unprotected pawn. Not really a fan of this position. We are going to take, our pawn is protected and they've resigned. On to the next one. Let's just push through the center. 15-10. Doesn't look like this player is going to start, so let's just crack on with the next one. Push and block the pawn. Tempting to take, but let's just push this pawn and support. Fill up the knight. Let's get the bishop out. Open up the dark square bishop. Looking to try and trap our bishop, isn't he, somehow? Good take. We're not going to take with the knight or the bishop. Could hit the queen. Get the bishop off the board. We'll take the bishop. Just bring the bishop out. Get this knight off the board. We do have a half open file in front of our king. They're probably going to make use of that. This pawn doesn't have any protection on, so the queen can take with a check on the king. Still going to have double protection with the queen on this pawn, even if we take. Or maybe not. No, yeah, he is, yeah. But we would get a pawn. It's going for the queen exchange. Could take the knight. Pawn takes, queen can take. We are on their rook, so the bishop's going to have to move out the way, or else the rook gets taken, so the rook will have to move itself here. Well, I'm flapping my chops, so I might as well just go for simple. We are +1 to just take the queen off the board. It just does have one here, it's just that the knight can't take, the queen's not taken because the knight will just take. I'm just thinking something here, but there isn't, is there? Takes. Because what I'm thinking is we take there and he takes our queen, then the bishop survives and puts a check on, but that's not going to happen because the pawn is going to take the bishop. Which is a shame. Just take. and if we're looking to double the pawns, we may as well do that. Slight weakness. Let's castle and just push the pawn in the rook. Let's hit the knight. Open file for the rook. Looking to cause a bit of static, isn't he? Don't know if there's any play here. Space here. Jump around a bit. Not tempted to do this. We're just going to swing this up here. And he's going to move his bishop out of the way and try and get some. Oh, it gives us time to get the knight dancing to this spot. Looks like he's wanting to push the pawn down, but we wanted the knight to jump here anyway. Golden shot would be this because it's got a nice little fork on the rooks. They'll drop like this because then they're protecting the knight. But if they did that, the knight can come here, so this rook's not going to stay there for long, so probably come here attacking the knight. Knight's not jumping here because the bishop's got the diagonal. Or something like that. That or... Well, I don't think they'll do that. That one. Looking for simple doubling, I think. Yeah, something along them lines. Similar type thing, concept. He doesn't want to get the fork. Even if we come here, maybe it just drops down. We'll have another knight. He's just sitting there doing nothing at the minute. Maybe he's thinking of protecting this pawn because this knight is there. So we could continue with the simple doubling. I think that's what we're going to do. Could actually go and attack the rook as well. Does release this pawn though to hit our knight. So I'm going to go with the simple doubling of the rooks. It's leaning on the centre. He does have the bishop that can come and defend. Oh, he's looking for some magic, because if he takes the knight, the pawn can't take back because the rook has an x-ray through to the king. We'll just move the king out of the way. I'm hoping that's going to help us, because rooks really don't have any place in the centre of the board, unless of course it's to your benefit. We may have time to get this here just to put the pressure on. But he can simply drop here like we said. Charge and hit the rook, rook takes, we're on this pawn. That's quite nice for us. Knight jumps here to defend the pawn. opens up a bit of space for the rook anyway. Knight's moving as well. Crikey. So they must be seeing something I'm not seeing. So I'm going to continue with the rook coming across. Maybe it's the attempt at attacking the rook. Take type thing. Would attack the bishop, attack the rook if it's coming here for some straight. I don't think it's going to do that though, because he'll lose the knight as well. Simple chess. As you can see, we're doing little bits of calculations as we're making the moves, just to try and simplify the move that we're making. But it's based on calculation. It's not just, oh well, I'm playing simply. Do you know what we could have done? There's a fork here. Yeah. It's all this focus, tunnel vision I have of having that position. And there's a lovely fork here. We won't get that back now because they will have spotted it. Oh, can you believe it? Look at that. Beautiful. Get stuck in that tunnel vision calculation of, we said we wanted to get the rooks doubled on this open file, basic chess, and we just negated what the other pieces could do because we were so tunnel visioned on keeping it simple and basic. Like I said, we don't always find the best moves. We don't even search for the best moves. Just looking for the move that we have a rationale that we can cover for ourselves, and then we beat ourselves up when we look at the obvious. Yeah, it's basically like saying, why don't you just look up from the board? You know, look up from the board and just look around for a bit and just get a flavour for the position on the board, and then you'll see the gold. Because we just made the move and then we saw that this was available. That's the most annoying thing with chess, is that you think you've done your calculation, you're fairly comfortable and happy with what you've decided, and it's that decision, then you make the move and then suddenly you see, oh, I could have done this, why didn't I just do that? So take some time for myself, take some time after I've done that calculation and I'm happy with it, just take a little moment to have a look at the board and see if there was something else, something better. Case in point, and we'll never get it back again unless they miss something and they do some bishop. Oh, they haven't. They've come and protected it. Right, so we're initially looking maybe just to get the rook off the board type thing. That's as simple as we're getting it, because we're hitting this pawn. I think he will take. So rook takes. That's my happy move. There is the dancing with the knight here, attacking the rook. Rook just moves back up again. I'm not really wanting to do that. That probably is the better move, but can't see any big follow on from there. Still happy with this, attacking the rook. It's not going to come back because he'll get taken by the knight. So he takes, and we can take with the knight. Just take with the rook because we're on this pawn. Bishop drops back to protect the pawn. Knight can attack the bishop. Bishop goes back into the corner. Knight attacks his knight. Let's say the knight does take. Rook takes on this pawn. There's a lot more play potential doing that, so I'm going to go with the happy move. Oh, double two, no! Again, just as I'm going to make the move, This magic knight has got the fork again. Ah, good job. I tell you. So let's go with the fork and get one of the rooks off the board. How lucky is that? Doesn't mean we've won the game, but we're trying to chip away at the potential advantage they have of having the two rooks. Although they are a bit flat and they are in the middle of the... Oh, we get it for... No, we're not getting it for free. Damn. We're not getting it for free, but we are taking it off the board. So now it looks like we can go and challenge this rook and get this pawn off the board if he's not wanting to exchange. Just make sure we're not falling into a checkmate thing. Knight's guarding this square, nothing's touching the knight. I think this is definitely the happy path. No more forks, is there? Before I jump in there. No, bishop's got no protection, but there's no fancy forks. I'm going with this and see if we can get the rook off the board. Back in the pawn. We'll be on the bishop if he doesn't take. Excellent. Okay, so should be fairly okay from now, unless of course they miraculously get being a fork on my rook or something. The knight doesn't have any protection. Nothing can protect the pawn, so we can slide over and get the pawn. I would say the knight's nicely centralised, it's just that it is on a dark square, but at the moment the bishop won't be able to get to it. It looks like it's coming hunting it now. So we will take, I think they're going to move before we get the pin through to the king. It will be attacking the knight. Are we looking to dance here with the knight or dance here? Which is better? This one's closer up and stopping the king from coming here, but it can come here. Which one are we doing? Oh, do we jump here and attack the pawn? But then the bishop can come here and defend it. That's what they'll do, won't it? So I will have wasted my time. Coming down there. They're still playing on. Jump up and attack the bishop. He's looking for... Ooh, he's looking for... He's going to sit right in the centre here. Protecting all of these pawns. If we did this and then he takes them there, then it's a rook against the knight. I think I'm willing to wear them apples. Let's do that. Rather than the bishop sticking in the middle. I suppose our knight could have tried to dance around and take it off the board. Something's inside me saying no. Let's see. I don't think he's going to take, actually, is he? He's going to drop back here to get to that position. Yeah. All the while, we've got to be looking to maybe try and push this pawn up. He does have an annoying knight that's going to start jumping across. Maybe not just there, but round. Maybe not there either. Ooh. Maybe it's not so annoying after all. Yeah, so here. That's why they're taking so long, why they're not capturing. Oh, they've captured. Okay, so the rook against the knight. Does he defend? Can't defend this pawn. So we should be able to slide across and start pushing and pushing and pushing. Maybe doing some captures. I'm not too sure if we have to do that, but better safe than sorry sometimes. Just get rid of the pieces that could potentially get promoted. I think it's this type of thing. Do we have time? Goes one, we go one. It looks like we have time to do some damage and get this pawn up. Bling. Well, maybe not. Okay, let's just get this here. See what it looks like in reality. Oh, and he's defending. Oh, he's defended the knight, but we can push. King's gonna have to rush to try and get the rook. So he's got 2 moves. Ooh, gonna keep pushing. And at this point, if we take the knight, king's here. We've got 1, 2, 3. He's got 1, 2. He's not going to get us, is he? It'll be close, but he's not going to get. No, it's not even close. It's not even close. He's miles away. When I did that calculation, it seemed like the king got closer, but it's nowhere near. Boom. Yeah, excellent. Okay, last one for today, 15-10. Simple chess. Oh, shall we do the bishop blocker? A bit too early for that. Let's do that. Let's just push that there. Head of the snake is always going to be hit. What we want to do is drive the knight here, maybe supporting the pawn a bit. I think we're going to just bring the knight here. It looks like they just want to take. I'm going to bring the queen here because it's hitting the rook, but obviously that's just going to get defended. I think just putting another attacker onto the knight whilst they're thinking of bringing their knight attacking. Oh, they're not doing that. So it's defending the knight. It's also maybe, but the bishop is there. I think I'm going to continue and take. Maybe he's looking for a trade, just doubling the pawns, which is good. So we strike first blood on doubling the pawns. This pawn's going to be a little bit by itself, so let's bring the knight on the inside so we can bring this here. Shall we castle now? And just push this pawn here. It's got a dark square bishop, so that bishop is going to be hitting our king with a check. So we could bring the bishop here, although it's going to be by itself. Going to have to bring it here because they're going to be looking to take us out. Rook could come here behind the pawn. Or we could do this, but I want to get them onto white squares, so let's do this. Could actually have hit the bishop as well. Might as well hit the bishop now while we're thinking about it. Knight's going to come, sorry, the rook's going to come. No, it's not. Right, so it's giving us a bit of space to attack the pawn. We do have an out, we can come back, we can go up. I think we're going to just see if there's exchanges of the rooks first. It looks like this player just wants to get rid of the pieces. We do have this pawn here. I'm just thinking we're not falling into a trap because they've got this pawn blocking. So I'm going to take. Maybe attack their knight. So I'm going to attack their knight. He does capture. Do we bring this pawn as a proper passer? And then bring this pawn here just supporting. So they're going to have to think about that. Let's just bring this pawn blocking. Let's go here. So the king's going to sit there forever and a day now. I'm going to bring this rook across. I think we can just put a check on the king. Looks like we're winning this pawn. Have to be very careful because his rook's going to come flying here. Could take this pawn as well, which is better. I'll just take this one. And could put a check on the king. Where does he go? Bring the king here. Is he still coming here? No, he's not going there. He's not coming here. Trying to make space to get through to there. So we've got a chance to take another pawn off the board. Take this off the board. And he's attacking the pawn. He's looking for a draw into really, because if we go here, it's backwards and forwards. Just going to keep putting checks on. Okay, put a check on the king. King can't come here. Goes there, attacks our rook. Yeah. I don't want it to be a draw because we've got a passer here. And we've got a pawn by itself, but all he's just going to keep doing is this. I suppose I could come here, but then he's He's not going to get down here to take the pawn. So it looks like they've left the game.